Good morning, my name is Aliaksandr Haretski. I would like to share with you invaluable information about how in the present times you can find a universal method of healing from all diseases, with which modern medicine cannot cope. This information will allow you to remove the veil, revealing the dark secret of modern medicine. It is a mechanism of action based on disinformation, greed and manipulation. For some, this information will be like a signpost, pointing the way to new areas of knowledge about yourself and your health, and will help you solve many puzzles associated with it. For the others, it will remain unintelligible and neglected. Regardless of what choice you make, it will be your decision, and you will choose the path that is best for you. I have spent a lot of time to get information on how to heal and what to use to effectively remove not only symptoms such as pain or incorrect blood pressure, only to actually know how to remove problems that cause of these symptoms. Everything that is in medicine today has been tested in the small details and described in countless works on the subject. There is also hidden information about what you can actually use to repair your health and be absolutely healthy. Now I will explain you where this information can be found. When you go to the doctor or look for information on the internet, you want to know what to use to cure your illness. But what is the problem? Nowadays, doctors and scientists have tried many different possibilities, everything that is possible, and they have reached the point when they state that their actions are directed not to the development of medicine, but against it. It turns out that healing the human body is possible only due to the inflammation process. What is inflammation? Inflammation arises when the organism begins to fight the problem that arose in health organism. In the present time, all medicine is fighting against what is unpleasant for a patient. If something hurts, it gives you anesthetic. If the blood pressure is too high, it decreases it. If it's too low, it increases. When temperature rises, it begins to lower it. And the truth is that organism knows best how to regulate their functions in a way to repair yourself. People have become accustomed to such a treatment and they scare people by these symptoms, without which it's actually impossible to improve their health and to be healed. What's the problem? When a person came to the doctor for help, the doctor informed him what he should use when want to be cured. He began to use these effective measures and virus symptoms appear, like blood pressure begins to raise and temperature increases. What happens then? The patient returns back to the doctor and in astonishment he asks what he did to him, because instead of improve his health, it's worsened. People are currently have got used to it to such an extent and they do not want to be healed, but only anesthetize. All methods that work effectively have been withdrawn because of accustoming patients to feel only good, painless, and nothing should impair their health during treatment. And in fact, deterioration of health is not a physical danger for them, but it is a process that should organisms start to repair yourself. And now we came to the question: where can you take the recipe for curing any diseases? The answer is contraindications. It is contraindications that are what the body lacks and what the person should do to heal himself. Modern medicine called it contraindications because they are associated with pain, temperature, high or low blood pressure, and generally reducing in well-being and deterioration of health, which people are afraid and avoid, because it was told that these are symptoms that threaten their life. In addition, the entire pharmaceutical industry produces and sells on a gigantic scale more and more new products that only suppress these unpleasant symptoms instead of supporting the body in the fight against the disease. Meanwhile, these symptoms are natural and desirable symptoms that arise when the body is fighting for healing, and to finish healing process positively, they should not be eliminated and disturb this process, because only the human body knows best what to do. As of today, all contraindications during treatment are currently work of immunity system in order to heal the sick organism. But doctors unwillingly won't lead to such a situation, because patients simply return to him and accuse him of deterioration of his health instead of treating him, and most likely they will start a lawsuit against him. The patient are not understand what this all about, and all these symptoms do not please people very much. Let's take for example pneumonia. What is pneumonia? This is a sign of fight the body with disease. And what is the infection in this situation? Infection earlier caused damage to the lung cells, lead to so much damage that the lungs cannot work normally, and the organs begin to repair the damaged cells, and this is pneumonia. It is body's inflammation when the organism repairs itself, and such a repair process occurs in H1 case. The body can fix itself, but what is the problem? There are not many tools in medicine thanks to which this situation can be exploited in his favor to bring the process of repairing to the final end, and this is a big problem. Medicine is not able to control this process in such a way as to assist it and to finally bring the healing process to the final end. And that's what the man is afraid of. People do not want to suffer. They want to feel good and be healthy on the second day, so they can go back to work. Whether a person was sick for 5 years, a month or a week, he would like to recover in one day. It is impossible. First, you have to repair all damaged cells. What are cells? Cells are like small living creatures from which we are composed. Just as a building is made of bricks, so is the man made of these tiny cells that exist and live their lives. And if they are damaged, or they are not there at all because they have been destroyed by infections, then they must be replaced or rebuilt, and unfortunately it cannot be done without the symptoms in the body. Small amounts can be exchanged without any signs, but large amount of damaged cells are exchanged with such visible symptoms as pain, high or low blood pressure, temperature, fatigue, and many other unpleasant symptoms. You can also find such information, which tells you about contraindications to use of sauna by people with heart problems or other diseases. Yes, I also agree with that sauna is not recommended for some people, but I mean a sauna that is poorly made and endangers to health. If sauna is a contraindication, then you should build a sauna in this way so it's safe and start to heal and not harm. Many people think that sunrise are also contraindication, and I will tell you that at the present time there is no possibility to heal any disease without sunbathing on sunshine or use a solarium. Vitamin D is not produced without the sun. The body should be exposed to the sun so that organism will start producing vitamin D. Or artificial means and supplements with vitamin D stop the production of vitamin D by the organism. Also, even when we are in the sun, the process of stopping the production of vitamin D in the body, we will not be able to turn back. A lot of people have depression and different mental states, at which is forbidden to be in the sun, and the sun is the best drug from depression. When a man sunbaths in the sun, the organism produces hormones of happiness. The situation with diabetes looks similar. Everywhere on television and newspapers, people are told that sugar is harmful and causes diabetes. Meanwhile, the lack of sugar in the body that is necessary for the functioning of good bacteria is the reason for the symptoms that we have been given the name diabetes. A contraindication for diabetes is the consumption of sugar, and this is the answer how to remove the cause of this disease. Eat sugar, honey, and perform special massages to rebuild the environment of good bacteria and start the body to function properly, and the symptoms called diabetes start to subside. And this is the case for every disease. Every illness has its list of contraindications, which is de facto are not contraindication, but a very strong effect of healing process, and every contraindication is actually a recipe for healing. Modern man has become so very lazy and so afraid of elevated temperature, pain or change in blood pressure that he falls into panic and reaches for every measure to eliminate such symptoms, not realizing that it is then that he cuts off the road to healing, entering into a dangerous spiral of medical diagnosis and treatment with means that will only act on the symptoms and not on the causes of the disease. If modern medicine says that some disease is incurable, it is right, because it has no means to cure any diseases, while the human body has all the necessary repair mechanism, which as soon as it works, and we will not interrupt it but support, that can run healing and regeneration process and cope with every single disease, including those recognized by modern medicine as incurable. You do not have to run this process to a large extent at the very beginning. You do not have to do all these contraindications at once so that it will be a powerful effect. When a person won't start using means that are forbidden, they should be used slowly, as well as the tanning in the sun should be gradually and not so as to lead to burns. You should check and think about everything before you start any action. I have been giving you a receipt for the treatment of all diseases. These are contraindications. Check what are the contraindications for your ailments and you will know what to do. Contraindications cause repair of the body, which cause inflammation. Inflammation, well, it is the repair process of the body and means its proper functioning in the fighting against the disease.